There we go.
Hey, alrighty. Sweet. Well, let me just find a place to put this up here.
Oh, you got it on your laptop?
No, it's on my phone.
Ah.
I'll keep playing with the computer, but I couldn't see the join option on that too. But I've got it I'm in my office right now, so working on that. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Here we go. Yeah, not sure how to do it on the computer and all that, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, we'll just do it by phone and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason I've interviewed people tried to interview people that had a laptop, and for some reason every time it does that.
It's just better by phone and all that. That's crazy how that works.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll let you introduce yourself.
All right. Hello to everybody in the Facebook multiverse. My name is Christian Temple. I am the Epic Heart. I am one half of the RebelHearts, along with my best friend and my tag team partner, the massive legend Justin Gray. And I'm excited to be a part of this. Mr. Zachary, thank you so much for having me on.
It's good to have you on. So the first question today: who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
You know, this is a great story because it just so happens that today's the day that he finally gets to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and that would be the Big Red Machine Kane. That's one of my earliest memories, sitting in front of the TV with my dad and seeing him on the screen. It blew me away. He was larger than life. His character captured my imagination, and it just to see now that he's finally getting what he truly deserves in this business and to be forever immortalized in the WWE Hall of Fame, that's just amazing. I couldn't think of a better way for him to go out in his career.
I totally agree, and I think this year actually is also pretty good for the Giants in wrestling, because not only him but also the great Khali.
I saw that as well too. That's pretty neat for him too. Obviously, his run in the WWE wasn't nearly as long as Kane's and all that too, but I mean he definitely made an impact in the WWE, and people will still remember him for many years to come. Not too many Giants come through our business, and he definitely left his mark.
I think his most memorable match was against Rey Mysterio.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. That visual will always be there. Him standing in the ring with Rey Mysterio, and yeah, that's one of the probably better moments.
But when did you decide to become a wrestler?
And actually, I really wish my best friend Justin Gray was in here too, because I've known him since fourth grade. We basically grew up together. We grew up in the same town as each other. Our dream ever since we were kids, to capture our imagination, was to be professional wrestlers together. And when it came to being in high school and all that too, we realized, this is what we want to do. It doesn't matter what it takes. We want to get a chance to step inside the squared circle and just give it a chance and all that too, and see if that's something we want to do. And sure enough, here we are, almost over 10 years later, and we're still doing this, and we're teaming up together, and life's really good for us.
So how was high school for you, as far as, because I know some people have a hard time because they want to follow their dreams and all that.
Absolutely, and it's funny too, because there's, when you go into high school, you meet a lot of people that they want to grow up to be basketball players, or they want to go into football, or they want to be baseball players and all that too. Myself and Justin Gray, besides a select few, we were the only two. It's like, sports are cool and all that too, but what really got our attention as fans and what we want to do is obviously professional wrestling. We couldn't see ourselves doing anything else athletic wise besides that. So it just ultimately became our passion after a while. So we decided to pursue it.
Levi asked, who's better between you and Justin?
Well, I need a little context here. Better at what? Better wrestler, better singer, best dressed, or what are we asking here? Now, if we're talking about wrestling, I'll give Justin on that one too. He's definitely won quite a few more championships than I have. We've started tag teaming this past year, and obviously COVID's kind of slowed things down too. He's won multiple tag team championships over the years. He's won several singles championships over the years too. So Justin Gray, he's the man, and I really can't think of anyone better besides the fact that he's my best friend. That someone like that to have in my corner when we're competing.
So y'all have a very good chemistry.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, we've known each other over half of our lives at this point too. And the one thing that's, you know, kept our bond strong too, obviously, was wrestling. And from being kids, you know, watching pay-per-views, watching clips on YouTube, watching the TV, watching our favorite wrestlers, and now getting the chance to live our dream together. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
So what is your favorite tag team because if y'all are working a tag team, you got to have someone y'all look up to in a way.
Well, going back to what I said about Kane too, obviously, you know, we were big fans of the Attitude Era and all that too. So, I can't. It's so hard to put one team above the rest because think about it. You had Edge and Christian. You had the Hardy Boys. You had the Dudley Boys. You know, each one they all connected with us in their own special way. So it's so hard to pick a absolute favorite tag team. Even in the modern time, when we were trying to break into the business, obviously we love the young Bucks. We're big fans of them as well too. I mean, there's so many modern wrestlers now too that we look up to as well, even, you know, just being in the business now too. So I guess if we go back then, man, I gotta say Edge and Christian. They probably were the ones that made the biggest impression on all of us too, and the fact that Edge is going for the WWE Championship. Christian Cage is in AEW, going for the World Championship right now. I mean, it's so cool seeing who we grew up watching still doing it to this day. And we hope to be able to do that to ourselves even at that age.
Absolutely. But I find it crazy, though, that they both finally come back, but we don't get to see the dream matches in a way that we wanted to see.
Exactly.
For them to get back together. So.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? And if there's one thing I've learned about wrestling, it's never say never. You never know what can happen.
Levi said Dudley shouldn't have been listed third.
I got to give the Devils their due, though. Come on, when you think of the top tag teams of the Attitude Era, you can't leave out any of those three for sure.
Oh no, it's hard to say. If you want to, you said the top three, yes, but you forgot one main tag team, LOD.
Legion of Doom, absolutely. And you know what? Hey, that's even better because even we as a tag team, you know, we do a lot of tape study as well, and we like to go back and look at the tag teams of the early '90s and even the '80s. There's, you know, Legion of Doom. There's the Midnight Express, the Rockers, the Rock and Roll Express. We derive inspiration from every era of tag team wrestling because we know that tag team wrestling's been around a long time, and we can only hope to build upon it.
And then you got the Von Erichs, you got the Freebirds.
Absolutely.
And then of course the tag teams of today, like you said, the Young Bucks, or if you're a fan of WWE, you got the New Day. So
precisely. Tag team wrestling is an institution in wrestling, and that's one thing we study the art of, and we hope to be a big part of it for many years to come.
Levi asked, what tag teams do you guys want to work?
Is he asking current established tag teams, or did he say, or?
He didn't say.
Just said what tag teams do you guys want to work? I guess if it comes down to tag teams in the area. I just saw Tunnel Vision recently became the new All-Star Pro Tag Team Champions. So we'd love to have an opportunity at those championships.
Yes.
Great Gallows and Revan, they're the new Empire Tag Team Champions. We'd love to get an opportunity at those as well too, and even High Times, Father Padge and Dean Lambert. You know, there's so many great tag teams, and coming into Oklahoma now. We want to test our mettle against the best of the best, and that's why I'm excited. A little plug here as well too. I'm excited for April 9th when my partner and I make our debut for Core Pro Wrestling, where we'll be taking on Thrash and Kilbane, as well as Milos Lamont and Ern Stokes in a triple threat tag team match. So we're ready. we're ready to make our mark in
Oh
core pro
wow!
wrestling. So hopefully,
I don't know the other two, but I do know Thrash and Kilbane. So what's your strategy
absolutely.
about them two?
They're big, heavy hitting guys, so that's the deal. We got to use our speed and use our quickness, and hopefully catch them off guard and get a chance to maybe get a quick one over them. The wild card obviously will be Milo Slaman and Ernst Stokes. You know, Ernst Stokes has been doing this for a while too, so there's a lot of variables in this match. So we just got to stay on our toes, and I'm confident our teamwork will shine through.
Hopefully, you don't catch a spear on you.
Hopefully not. It's pretty devastating.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Okay. So, what all championships have you won? Any big ones?
You know, most of my championships have been pretty local. I've won a few championships in Kansas. I've been up to Nebraska, and I've won championships up there too. I've yet to win a championship down in Oklahoma, so that's that. Justin and I said it when we appeared for UWO. It's like this is our national expansion. We are ready to break out of our comfort zone. We're trying to go as far across the country as we can and make as much of an impact as we can. So championships along the way, absolutely. We're up for anything.
What are your future plans outside the business? Like the day you finally decide to retire.
Oh man, that's a tough one because I'm still young, so I'm still just like I'm trying to ride this wave as long as I possibly can too. But obviously, I think school is very, very important. So I think I will go back to school, get my degree, which I've yet to do. So basically, right out of high school, I just went straight into training for wrestling and all that too. So get my degree, find something something else I'm just as passionate, just as happy about, and see where the road takes me from there.
Okay, that's actually a very good answer.
I tried.
Okay, if you could bring, now we're talking about past wrestlers, like who passed away. If you could bring any old school or new school wrestlers back, who would it be and why?
Owen Hart, one of the greatest technicians of all time. I've watched so much tape of him and Bret Hart too. I enjoy the technical style of wrestling, not just saying submissions and all that too, but like the psychology of attacking a certain part of the body, weakening it, and using it to your advantage. And I don't think there's any family in the history of wrestling better than the Hart family. I mean, their reputation speaks for themselves. So Owen Hart, if I ever got the chance on that too, that would be amazing in my book.
I agree, actually. Yeah, the Von Erichs, you had the Von Erichs, they did their style, and then you had, of course, the Samoan family. They had a lot of them though. They were straight like muscle. A lot of them was.
That big scary dude. Absolutely.
And then you had like you said, the Hearts. A lot of them were like either speed or they put in a little bit of collegiate style into submission holds, all that.
Very technically sound. Absolutely.
And then, okay, what are your upcoming appearances?
Well, I just mentioned one of them. So for Core Pro Wrestling on April 9th, that'll be in it's not Tulsa, it's Sand Springs, Oklahoma. I correct myself on that one too, at Hill Spring Church. So we're very excited about that because I've wrestled in Tulsa many, many years ago. And this will be Justin Gray's first time in Tulsa too. So I'm excited for us to make our debut out there and tear the house down. Obviously, I'll be back for Empire Pro Wrestling this Saturday down in Oklahoma City, I believe, at the American Legion Hall. I'm not sure who I'm wrestling that show, but I'm more than ready to make an impact for Empire again.
That's a good question. Who do you try to model your style after?
As I said earlier, I do enjoy more technical style. So like I try to model myself after like a Bret Hart or even like a Chris Jericho. I throw a little high flying in there. I throw some high flying kicks in there too. But yeah, mostly technical style. Myself and Justin Gray, Justin does more of the high flying stuff and all that too. And I focus on the ground game. I try to ground the opponent, and I try to to weaken them up so when we finally hit our tag team finisher, they're hopefully down enough that we get the 1, 2, 3 at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as far I guess right now we can do a little Q&A if anyone in here got questions for him. This is the time.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Levi, I know you're there. You probably got 100 questions.
He's asked some pretty good ones so far. So, anything else he's got for me, I'm game.
Come on.
Well, if you've got any other questions, go for it.
Well, while they're thinking, do you remember your first match?
I do, yes. March 16th, 2013, in Lincoln, Arkansas. I took on Chris Vale, and I remember being so nervous for that one there too, because truth be told, we were not supposed to wrestle that night. The 2 of the 3 matches that were in front of us, they were running late for the show, and the promoter needed something immediately, so he called on us like, all right, get your gear on. You guys are up next. And we're like, what? we never wrestled before and all that too. We had been training for a few months, obviously, so we were prepared. We had gear. We knew what our spot was, but just going out there, and I didn't even have my music with me and all that too. So they gave me some. I don't even remember what my entrance music was, but I just remember going out there and stepping through the ropes for the first time. And thought, wow, this is what a feeling right now. But yeah, I had my first match. Just over 8 years ago. It's crazy to think back now, but Lincoln, Arkansas, I'll never forget the town.
Levi asked, what's your goals in Empire?
Empire Pro Wrestling. Well, actually, I came super close to my goal the last time I was there. I was part of it was supposed to be an 8-man nuclear warfare match, which ended up turning into a 12-man nuclear warfare match, and I made it to the final 4. I came just short of my goal, but yeah, obviously my goal at Empire, I want to be the best of the best. I want to be the Empire heavyweight champion. That's my goal in every company that I show up for. I want to be the best. I want to be the #1, and whether it's me by myself going solo, or if it's myself and Justin Gray, we want to be the best tag team in whichever company we arrive to. So I came really close last time. Going back to Empire, I don't know what's in store for me this Saturday, but I'm looking forward to the opportunity to prove myself and throw my hat in the ring, no pun intended, for a shot at the championship.
Okay. Levi asked, on the single side, who do you want to work?
You know, I've never had the chance to wrestle Double D, and Double D is kind of the standard in Oklahoma pro wrestling right now. So he's champion everywhere he goes. His reputation speaks for himself. So if I want an opportunity to prove myself, prove my worth in this business, and especially in this area, someone like Double D, if I can prove that I can hang with him, and if I can even beat him, that would be a great step in the right direction. As far as looking outside of Empire too, obviously across the country, I'd love to work for AEW. I'd love to wrestle anyone there and prove myself there. Obviously, I'd love a shot at WWE and all that too. But obviously, everyone's goal in this business is to go as far as they possibly go, as far as they possibly can, rather. And as far as on a local standpoint, I really think Double D is one of the top guys here, and I want to prove that I can hang with him on a local level for sure.
Now, who were you trained by?
I was trained by a man called Lance Chafin. He goes by the Mangler. He's from Kansas as well too. He was trained by the Nasty Boy Brian Knobs down in Florida, and started up school close to Wichita, Kansas, and I started training there in late 2012.
Okay. Do you know who your next opponent is? If you want to send him a message or whatever.
I don't know who my opponent will be for Empire Pro Wrestling, but like I said earlier, as far as the tag team match, I don't want to send a message just to my opponents at Core Pro Wrestling. I just want to send a message to the entire locker room, including the tag team champions, Two Man Sam, Justin Gray, and myself. You know, we've worked very, very hard. We want to prove ourselves as the best tag team in Oklahoma, in the Midwest. So we will do whatever it takes to get a shot at those tag team titles, and when we get that shot, we're going to make sure we don't miss. We will walk out with the gold.
Levi said, tell us about your match with Drake at UWO on March 6th.
That was a rough one. That was a rough one. So Drake Gallows, obviously AIWF national champion. He's earned that. You know, he's one of the best in this area too. He threw out an open challenge, and when I saw open challenge, I thought, this is my chance. This is my chance for two reasons. Because one, it's my first shot at a championship outside of the state of Kansas, and second, for revenge from when he snuck up behind me at an XWE show and blasted me in the back of the head with a briefcase and put me out of action for nearly a month. So I had my opportunity, and unfortunately in that match, Drake was the better man. I didn't get the title, and he gave me a very wicked power bomb that a lot of people told me afterwards, like, I'm shocked that you don't have a concussion, because it knocked me pretty loopy and all that too. But yeah, Drake's a veteran. He knows how to win in key situations, and he got the victory that night.
Leave it to Levi to laugh on here. Okay.
Levi's on his game tonight with these questions. I'm having a good time so far.
Let's see. Is there anyone else on here? Chase and someone named Megan. If y'all got any questions, feel free to ask. Levi said Powerbomb was brutal.
Yeah, yes, it was, and there is a clip of it on my Facebook at Christian Temple on my Facebook page, and yeah, I watched it back too, and even I was like, wow, that's like that is a reason. That was the reason that was the final move of the match, because it knocked me loopy, and it was enough to get the 3 count for sure.
Now, what are your thoughts about some of the companies in Oklahoma? I know you said you worked March 6th, like, on Red Dirt Wrestling.
Actually, I was not on Red Dirt Wrestling.
No, I said, what are your thoughts about them so far?
Red Dirt Wrestling, I have not had a chance to work for them yet. I haven't heard anything. I've heard nothing but good things about them so far. So I'd love to have the opportunity to work for that company and once again make my mark and hopefully prove my worth over there.
Have you had a chance to work anywhere in Texas yet?
I have not. I've had one opportunity, and I don't even remember what the company's name was, but they were promoting a show like back in 2017, and they shut down before their first show. So I don't know what the circumstances of that was, but no, I have not had a chance to wrestle in Texas yet. But I welcome any opportunity to wrestle in any state.
Okay. Chase Bristow said, "Are you available April 25th?"
April 25th. What day of the week is that?
I don't know.
Is that a Sunday? Is that a Saturday or Sunday? I don't want to mess up my phone here, so I also want to look it up.
Levi said, "Any horror stories from promotions?"
April 25th. Okay, that is a Sunday. I don't think I have anything going on. I know I'm wrestling April 23rd and April 24th, but I think April 25th is available. So yeah, just if I don't know who asked this question.
Chase Bristow.
Okay. For what company?
I don't know. He didn't say.
He didn't say. Okay, all right, all right. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What was the next question?
Levi said, any horror stories from promotions?
All right. What year was this? I want to say this was 2016, late 2016, early 2017, something like that. I'm in a show in Des Moines, Iowa. I show up there, and it's in a roller rink, and the ring is set in the middle of the roller rink, and it's 6 inches off the ground, and it's a 10-foot by 10-foot ring.
Oh, wow.
Super tiny. It was real ropes, and every single match, the ropes got looser and looser and looser. So when I finally went out there and had my match too, I made sure not to touch those ropes at all, and I was in the ring with someone who was nearly 7 feet tall, and it was a bit of a cluster, but we did the best we could, and I ended up losing that one as well too. The funny part of that though, the guest ring announcer for that show was Mantar. Actually, he was the host of that show, and he was given introductions, and that was the first time that I've ever been billed from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
where he came up with that for me, but I just remember him when he introduced me. I'm like, is he talking about me? And then he said my name. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I am. All right.
Okay. Any more questions, people?
If Chase lets me know what's up with April 25th, I'm more than happy to talk. So, like I said, I know I'll be 23rd and 24th. I'll be in Hutchinson. So, but 25th, yeah, I should be freed up for that day.
He still hasn't said nothing, so.
Okay, that's fine. So my Facebook is Christian Temple, so I'm willing to take any opportunities there, bookings there as well.
Levi said, are there any matches you were just not happy with?
Any match I lose. No, I really can't think of any matches where I walked away disappointed and all that too. Because ultimately, if the crowd is into it, if everyone had a good time and all that too, and if I'm not seriously injured, I really can't say there's been any bad matches or matches I've been unhappy with in my career.
Okay, Megan asked, favorite match so far?
Favorite match.
Hello?
There we go. Okay. You hear me?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay. What was the question again?
Favorite match so far?
Ooh, favorite match so far. Okay. I'd have to say, so 2016, 2017, I was involved in a pretty brutal rivalry with a guy called Chris Vale. So it was for the championship of the company we were working for at the time. And we were in a best-of-7 series where every match had a different stipulation. Say one was no disqualification, another was like special referee, one was a lumberjack match, one was a submission match, and it all came to a head in Lincoln, Nebraska in 2017, where we finally had the I Quit match. And that match, I watch it back every once in a while, and just the emotion, the passion of that match too. And when I finally I finally heard the I Quit, and I was joined by my friends in the ring and pulled up the championship once again, and being victorious in that best-of-7 series. That was a great night. I can't say I've had a better emotional match than something like that.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, one more question.
Okay.
whoever wants to ask. Well, Chase hopped off, so I guess that date wasn't available. I guess for him, I don't know.
Who knows? He knows how to reach me. Alrighty. So, but once again, thank you so much for having me on. Like I said, hopefully if we do this again, hopefully we get myself and my partner Justin Gray involved too. That would be pretty interesting too. And I understand for you this was short notice for you and all that too. But I'm happy to hop on.
Okay, Levi said, "What is Rebel Hearts tag team finisher?"
Tag team finisher. Well, you know, we've used this move a few times here too. We call it the bomb crash. So what we do is normally my finisher is the air raid crash. So what I do is I get Justin on my shoulders for the air raid crash, and we both drop ourselves on top of our opponent. We call it the bomb crash. So that's
Okay.
that's our finishing move right there. Yep.
All right, but it was good talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. It was a pleasure.
And have a good night.
All right, you too, man. Take care.
Bye.